Welcome to Aiming Up. You've probably heard this one before. People don't want to buy a quarter-inch drill bit, they want a quarter-inch hole. That simple line completely changed how I look at every product I build and project I endeavor on. And honestly, how I look at life. Because here's the truth most people miss. Customers aren't just hiring you for the obvious job. They're hiring you for a whole hierarchy of jobs. And if you only solve the surface one, someone else is going to come along and take your job. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine the main job is get a hole in the wall. Cool. But underneath that are a bunch of sub-jobs screaming just as loud. Do it safely so I don't drill into a pipe. Do it fast because I've got a Zoom call in 10 minutes. Do it cleanly so my spouse doesn't kill me. And do it cheap enough that I don't feel stupid. At the hardware store, they want to sell me a quarter-inch drill bit. What I want is a quarter-inch hole. If your product only nails the obvious job and ignores the rest, you're basically the guy who shows up with a perfect drill bit and no idea there's an emotional circus happening behind it. A drill bit will create the hole, but if there's another product that manages the other needs better, I don't actually need a drill bit, do I? That's exactly what the last 3 chapters of Competing Against Luck hammer home. Chapter 8 says, map the full hierarchy of jobs, main job plus every single sub-job. Chapter 9 says, throw out vanity metrics that have nothing to do with the job getting done. Clicks, downloads, time on site. Those are often red herrings that send you chasing your own tail. And Chapter 10? Build a culture that wakes up every day obsessed with the customer's job, not your feature checklist. When those 3 things align, hierarchy, metrics, culture, you become what Clayton calls a purpose brand. These are organizations that customers keep hiring for decades. American Express is the classic example. Their big job isn't process a credit card transaction. Their big job is, let me make this payment and feel zero anxiety. Everything else, prestige, rewards, fraud protection, is a sub-job feeding that one emotional outcome. And you better believe every metric inside Amex rolls up to, did the customer feel confident? I see the exact same thing at Vasion. Our mission is, make digital transformation attainable for everyone. That's the big job we're hired for. Vasion Print's obvious job is, eliminate print servers. But the real job, the one that keeps customers renewing, is removing frustration and giving IT teams their weekends back. If we only measured number of print jobs routed, we'd be blind to the sub-jobs that actually matter. Eliminating security incidents, time saved per employee, support tickets that never get open. Here's a cautionary tale, personal story alert. When I had my own software business, I was really excited about creating my own website building tools that allowed complex sites and flexible tools where customers could easily manage their content, and we could make wholesale changes to the styling, layout, and design. My assumption was that customers wanted that flexibility and the ability to manage their site. I spent a lot of time developing this toolbox and pretty much high-fived myself because it was ever-growing, was approaching feature parity with the key features of numerous. Guess what? Customers and prospects yawned. Whoops! Customers wanted a productive website they didn't have to worry about. I never addressed the sub-jobs. Yes, they could have a website and manage it, but they had a host of other needs that I never addressed. As I mentioned, this is a cautionary tale. I doubled down on the wrong things and worked myself out of business. So here's your quick action item. Do this today, seriously. Write down the main job your product is hired for. Identify the sub-jobs that lives underneath it and pick one. Create one metric that proves that sub-job got done. Look at your current dashboard and brutally ask, is this a distraction or the real thing? Do that, and you're miles ahead of 99% of companies out there. And honestly, this whole job hierarchy thing works outside work too. Raising kids, I know the first time my wife left me alone with our firstborn for an extended period of time, it seemed that my main job was to keep her alive until my wife got home. The main job is raising children who become kind, integrated, capable adults. Every sub-job, safety, education, memories, teaching them to lose at Monopoly without flipping the board, rolls up to that. When you know the job, you can figure out what to measure, and you stop wasting your life on the wrong things. That's it, the end of our 6-part series on jobs to be done. We went from what even is a job all the way to building a culture that can't be copied. I hope this framework helps you get hired again and again by your customers, by your family, by the future version of you. Keep aiming up, and I'll see you in the next one.